Hello viewers, I am Deepthi Hans. Today we are going to discuss semester 2 examination physics paper. Question 1 is MCQ. Part 1, free vibrations are. Correct option is D. The vibrations with a constant frequency and constant amplitude. Part 2. The diagram below shows 4 sound waves. Which sound has the highest pitch? The correct option is D, which has the maximum frequency. Part 3. The graph plotted for potential difference V against current I for ohmic resistor is. Part C. A straight line passing through origin. Part 4. A main switch in the main distribution board is present in. Correct option is C. A live as well as neutral wire. Part 5. A conductor AB is kept along north-south direction of the earth above a magnetic needle. When the key K is closed, then correct answer is D. The needle will deflect towards west. 6th, a coil wound around a piece of soft iron can become an electromagnet only when. Correct answer is D. A current flows in the circuit. Part 7. If water absorbs 4000 joule heat to increase the temperature of 1 kg water through 1 degree Celsius, then the specific heat capacity of water is. We have to convert 1 kg into 1 gram. Or joule into kilojoule. So correct option is C. 4 joule per gram per degree Celsius. Option C. Next is part number 8. Water is used in car radiators because. Correct answer is D. Its specific heat capacity is very high, so it can cool the engine without a greater increase in its own temperature. Part 9. A heaviest nuclear radiation is. Correct option is B. Alpha radiation. Last is 10th. To study the age of executed material of archaeological significance, we study the rate of decay of an isotope of. Correct answer is C, which is carbon. Now come to section B. You have given a diagram which shows a magnetic compass kept closer to a coil AB wound around a hollow cylindrical cardboard. In this diagram, the compass needle is showing in the direction which is north-south, opposite to north-south, which is towards south. So it is a clear indication that current is present in the circuit. So part 1 of this question is, after studying the circuit and magnetic compass carefully, state whether the switch S1 is open or closed. So the answer is switch is closed because we can see that there is deflection in the needle because needle is pointing in the south direction according to the directions given by them. Now in part B, how did you arrive at the conclusion in A? The conclusion in A is that the current is flowing in the circuit because the needle is showing deflection, and needle show deflection only when there is magnetic field. And what is the reason behind magnetic field? Because electric current is present there. In part C, what is the purpose of placing the magnetic compass in the above setup? Just to note the magnetic field, presence of magnetic field. So to show the presence of magnetic field, magnetic compass is there because we know whenever electric current is there, magnetic field automatically present around it. Now come to part 2. Give an important reason for copper to be used as a material for calorimeter. As we know, copper is a good conductor of electricity, and copper has low specific heat capacity, or we can say that heat capacity of calorimeter comes low. So these are the 2 reasons you need to give in this answer. Now in B part, calculate the thermal capacity of 40 gram of water. So we know that thermal capacity C dash is equal to M into C. M is given as 40. We need to convert it into kg, and C is given into 4200 joule per kg per Kelvin. So these 3 zeros cut down, and 42 into 4, it is 168. It is joule per degree Celsius or joule per Kelvin. Both units you can use. This is the answer of part B. Now in third part, circuit diagram is given in which 2 circuits, 2 resistances are in parallel and one is in their series combination. So first part is external resistance of the circuit. So first of all, parallel combination resistance is equal to 1 upon 12 plus 1 upon 8. LCM is 24, 2 plus 3, 5 upon 24. So parallel combination resistance is 24 upon 5, which is equal to 4.8 ohm. Now total resistance is equal to, one resistance of 2 ohm is in their series, so 2 plus 4.8, which is 6.8 ohm resistance, which is the total resistance of the circuit. Now next is current I2. Current I2 we can calculate because current I1 is given. I1 is equal to 0.4 ampere, which is given in the circuit diagram. So I1 is equal to, we know the formula, IR2 upon R1 plus R2. Now to calculate this, total resistance is 6.8 ohm. This is our first part. Now for second part we need to calculate current I, and we are using the formula of I1. Current I1 is given as 0.4 ampere, and I we need to calculate. R2 is 8 ohm and total resistance is 12 plus 8. So this is 8I upon 20. What is the value of I? 0.4 into 20 divided by 8. Cancel 4 cancel, 1 ampere. So total current in the circuit is, this is part C. This is part C. Total current in the circuit is 1 ampere. Now for part B, we need to calculate current I2. I2, as we know, total current minus I1. Total current in the circuit is 1 ampere and I1 is given 0.4. So you can cross check it also that it comes to be 0.6 ampere. This is part 2. 0.6 ampere, part 3 is 1 ampere and part 1 is 4.8 ohm. Sorry, 4.8 plus 2, 6.8 ohm. So this is our question 2. Now come to question number 3. In question number 3, 3 wires with proper color coding are given and which are connected to the 3 terminals of pin socket. So you have given the circuit diagram of socket. Now A is brown. Brown, we know that we need to connect it with live wire. So write down A, B and C. These wires are connected. Capital A is connected to green. B is connected to light blue. And C is connected to brown. So these are the 3 answers for which you will get 3 marks if this is correct. This is your part 1. Now for part 2, why does it become colder after a hailstorm than during or before the hailstorm? This is part 2, A part. Now as we know, ice absorb 336 joule per gram heat energy from the atmosphere due to its high specific latent heat of fusion. This is the keyword of this answer, high specific latent heat of fusion, in order to melt. So the surroundings become cold. Now in B part, we have given that 2 bodies have the same specific heat capacities, then they will always absorb the same amount of heat if their temperature increases by same amount. State whether the given statement is true or false. The given statement will be true if they have given that they are of same mass, but because they have not given us mass, so this statement is false, because we all know that heat is directly proportional to mass also, and mass is not mentioned in this part, so this statement given is false. Now come to last part of this question, which is the numerical. In this numerical, mass of calorimeter is also given. So first of all, we need to write all the things which are given in the numerical, which is M1 mass 1 of metal piece, which is 420 gram. Temperature of hot body is given as 80 degrees Celsius, and specific heat capacity is C. Next is M2, which is water, 80 gram of water. Temperature of cold water is given 20 degrees Celsius, and C2 of water is 4.2 joule per gram per degree Celsius. In this question, we need to calculate the specific heat capacity of metal piece. So C we need to calculate. This C we need to calculate, And another thing is given, which is calorimeter. So we know that the temperature of calorimeter is equal to the temperature of the cold water, which is given in this numerical. So according to principle of calorimetry, heat lost by hot body is equal to heat gain by cold body, and as well as heat gain by calorimeter also in this case. So filling the values, M1 C1 T1 minus T is equal to M2 C2 T2 minus T minus T2, because this is the final temperature is given as T is equal to 30 degrees Celsius. So T minus T2 plus calorimeter, mass of calorimeter M, C dash is the specific heat capacity of calorimeter, and same temperature T minus T2. Now given values, substitute these values. 420 C, T1 is given as 80 minus 30, M2 is given as 80, C2 is given as 4.2 specific heat capacity of water, and temperature is 30 minus 20. Mass of calorimeter is given as 84 gram, C is given as 0.2, and temperature is 30 minus 20. Now calculating these values, we get left hand side as 21,000 C, and right hand side, this first calculation is 336.0 plus 168. After adding these values, we get 3528. So C is equal to 3528 divided by 21,000 gives us 168 divided by 1000, and 0.168 joule per gram per degree Celsius. 0.168 joule per gram per degree Celsius or per degree Kelvin. You can write both SI units with these, but SI unit is must, otherwise your 1 mark will be deducted in the final exam, final numbers. Now come to question number 4, which is Rohit playing a flute and Anita playing a piano amid sounds of same pitch and same loudness. Name one characteristic that is different. As we all know that this different characteristic is quality, or you may say timbre. So first answer is quality or timbre. Part 1, option A. The answer is quality, or it may be written as timbre. One and the same thing. Now in B part, if now the loudness of sound from flute becomes 4 times that of sound from piano, write the value of ratio AF, ratio AB. AF is the amplitude of sound waveform from flute and AP is the amplitude of sound waveform piano. Now which is given as loudness of flute is given as 4 times loudness of piano. Now as we know, loudness is directly proportional to square of amplitude. So loudness of flute divided by loudness of piano is equal to amplitude of flute square divided by amplitude of piano square, which means if we need to calculate amplitude of flute and amplitude of piano, we need to under root the value of loudness of flute and loudness of piano under root, or you can say 1 by 2. So their ratio is given as 4:1. So this is 4 times. So it means 4x upon 1x. Under root के बाहर 2 का कितना, under root 4 will get 2 and 1 is 1. So the answer is 2:1. Now third is define pitch of a sound. Pitch is the characteristic of sound by virtue of which we can distinguish shrill sound from a flat or a grave sound. So this is a clear-cut definition. You can easily write it correct. Now in part 2, name 2 factors on which force experienced by a conductor carrying current placed in a magnetic field depends. Now इसका हमारे पास सीधा सा फॉर्मूला है F is equal to B, I and L sin theta. Although we need not to calculate sin theta, but 2 factors you need to write. You can write F is directly proportional to B, which is magnetic field, strength of magnetic field, or directly proportional to current, which is the strength of current, or F is directly proportional to length, L, which is the length of conductor. You can write any two of these. Now in B part, with the help of which rule you can determine the direction of force acting on a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field. B part, we all know this is Fleming's left hand rule. Left hand rule, because we need to calculate the force on the conductor. So left hand rule. Now in Fleming's left hand, this is our magnetic field, this is the direction of current, and this is the direction of motion on the conductor. So Fleming's left hand rule. Now next is third part. What is nuclear energy? Theory type question. Energy obtained from the nucleus of a heavy atom, or disintegration of a nucleus, or decay of a nucleus. Many definitions. You can write it correctly. After emission of a nuclear radiation, the atomic number of daughter nucleus increases by 1. Identify the nuclear radiation. So this is clear cut beta emission. As we know, beta is -1 E0. So after decaying, 1 is added to their atomic number. You need to write one reaction. You may write it ZXA gives beta particle. So it becomes Y. Atomic number increases by 1. Mass number remains same. And this is our beta particle. Now next is, what is the special name given to the parent and daughter nucleus when this radiation is emitted? Beta particle. After emission of beta particle, this becomes isobars. So this was our question number 4. Now come to question number 5. Again a numerical. Power is given as 440 watt. And voltage is equal to 220 volt. Now we know P is equal to V into I. So I is equal to P upon V. Power upon voltage. Power is given as 440. Voltage is given as 220. Very simple calculation. Very easy numerical given to you. Current is 2 ampere, which is the answer of first part. And second part, what is the resistance? Resistance. We can use any of the formula, but the simplest formula is V is equal to IR. So R is equal to V upon I. What is the value of V here? Given in the numerical 220, and current we have recently calculated. So answer is 110 ohm. So this is the answer of resistance. Now in B part, again a tuning fork E is mounted on a sound box X. When the vibrating tuning forks A, B, C and D placed on the sound box Y, one by one, it is observed that a louder sound is produced when the tuning fork B is placed on Y. As we know, louder sound is produced only when resonance occurs, and resonance will occur only when their frequency match. In part 2, the clear-cut answer is, what is the frequency of tuning fork E? So as we know that louder sound is heard when the tuning fork B is placed on Y. It means the frequency of tuning fork E is equal to frequency of tuning fork B, which is given as 320 Hertz. So 320 Hertz is the right answer. Now in B part, why does B produce a louder sound? B produces a louder sound because of resonance, natural force vibration, special case of force vibration in which frequency match. We all know the definition of resonance, just relate with this. And in third part, we have given a graph in which we have asked melting point and boiling point. So melting point, as you can see on the y-axis, on the temperature axis, melting point is 40 degrees Celsius and boiling point is 160 degrees Celsius. In B part of this third part, complete and rewrite the equation. Given uranium with mass number 235, atomic number is asked. And after decay, it becomes thorium, atomic number 90 and 2He4, helium is emitted. Now we know that helium has atomic mass 4, so this reduced by atomic mass reduced by 4, so it becomes 231, and here atomic number increased by 2, 92. So 92 is the atomic number of uranium and 231 is the atomic mass of thorium. These two parts you have asked in this question. In last question number 6, you need to study the figure given in the paper and answer the following. What type of vibration does the given figure represent? We all know by diagram that this is the figure of a damped vibration. So your answer is damped vibrations. Now in next part B, state one reason for which amplitude of vibration decreases with time. We all know presence of resistive forces. Or you can say friction, or you can say material medium, or you can say air. All answers will be right. Write an example of natural vibration. Any vibration, you can write oscillations of pendulum, oscillations of swing, oscillations of pendulum, but you need to write in vacuum. Natural vibration are present only in vacuum. So vacuum is your keyword. Oscillations of anything you can write. Now in second part of this question, a certain beam of alpha particle, beta particle and gamma radiations travel through a region of electric field produced between two oppositely charged parallel plates A plus and B minus. Which of the above three has the maximum speed? Obviously which is lighter. So A part is gamma radiation. B is which one deviates the most from its original path? Which is beta. And third is which one does not deviate at all when passing through a region of electromagnetic field, which is again gamma. Now last question is third part. A wire of resistance 2 ohm gets stretched to thrice its original length. Calculate the new resistance. So this is the last part of question number 6, in which we need to do the little calculation for this numerical. Calculate the new resistance. So first of all, the given resistance R is as 2 ohm and it is given that wire is stretched to thrice its original length. So new length will be thrice of its original length. So new area of length will be, area of wire will be A upon 3. Now R is equal to rho L upon A. We know resistivity remains same because the material is same. So resistivity is equal to RA upon L and its value comes out to be 2A and L. Now we need to fill this value of resistivity in our new resistance, which is R dash. Our rho is 2A upon L into rho L upon A. Now new length is 3L and new area is A upon 3. So length cancel, area cancel. Question 2 into 3 into 3, which is 9 into 2, 18 ohm. So new resistance of the wire is 18 ohm. Last B part of this last question is what happens to the specific resistance of wire? It remains same because material remains same and we know that resistivity depends only on the material because it is the characteristic property of the wire. Hope you all have done wonderfully in this paper and scored high marks, at least as compared to your semester 1 paper, because this paper is comparatively very good as compared to semester 1 paper. Thank you. My best wishes are with you. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot.